Hey, welcome to Legals and Biz with Riz, the podcast offering you business and legal tips without the boring legalese. I'm your host, Riz McDonald, and I'm here to answer your questions and offer general advice in the clearest way possible. So grab your beverage of choice, sit back, and get ready to build your empire with Find Legal. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 12 of Legals and Biz with Riz. In this episode, we're going to chat about the 10 reasons brands should work with influencers. So picture this. You've just started your new company. You couldn't be more excited or more stressed if you find yourself sitting in your new office, spinning in your chair or bouncing on that green yoga ball so you can keep those abs tight during your long days in front of your computer as you wonder what to do next. Don't fret. We at Find have some thoughts on the matter. In fact, we have 10 reasons brands should work with influencers. So keep up that core strength and listen on, friend. In this ever-changing and ever-adapting economic market we find ourselves in, customers are becoming more difficult to please and ever more elusive when it comes to keeping them loyal to your brand, as more and more brighter, bigger, better versions of whatever you have on offer keep appearing in the global market. We are a generation of consumers, but we've also become smarter. We'll spend our money, but it has to be on the right product. So how does your brand become one that stands out from the sea of companies all vying for customers to buy their products? Well, you need to give your potential customers a reason to trust you. You need to give them honesty, teach them about your brand, and build and hone those relationships. Sometimes doing that all on your own can be hard work. Did you ever have that trusted bestie ask someone out for you in senior school? You knew they could lock it in while you, knees wobbly, were completely ready to just wow them with the awesomeness you knew you brought to the table once your friend first hooked them for you? We get it. Well, we can help you find that friend in your business to work with you to create a beautiful, lasting relationship. So let us tell you why you need an influencer. Reason number 1. Influencers are a trusted voice. Trust is important in life, in pretty much every aspect of your life, in all of your relationships, and business relationships are no different. You don't just go around willy-nilly giving your trust to anyone. It must be earned, and earning trust, real trust, takes time. One of the great gifts of truly effective influencers is that they earn the trust of their, and in turn, your followers. The right influencer will not purchase followers. They will offer properly balanced and branded and organic content, and they won't be representing a variety of conflicting brands. The influencer for your brand should align with your company, brand, and mission, and the followers that they have and work to grow as well. You wouldn't jump onto an operating table for your heart when the surgeon's website is covered with pictures of smiling kidneys, would you? You wouldn't trust that they know what your needs are. An influencer who embraces your brand and introduces it to potential return customers in an organic and honest way will be much more likely to gain loyal followers. Human beings grow and earn trust through honest and real connection. Reason 2, influencers are creative. If you're interested in checking out an influencer who oozes creativity, check out all.sam. Link will be in the show notes. Also known as Sam Oshiro. She's an influencer to watch, a New York blogger, industrial designer, and lover of donuts that has a bright, joyous, bubbly aesthetic that makes you automatically adore her and want to buy everything she pitches. Influencers know that there's a lot of competition out there, so they are constantly finding ways to stand out from the crowd and make their influence unique and tough to beat. Reason 3. Influencers are experts when it comes to brand awareness. Look, it needn't be said, but we mean the right influencers are experts when it comes to brand awareness. Trust influences brand awareness. Influencers act as the link between your brand and all of those people out there that are just waiting to know everything about it. When a new customer becomes aware of your brand and they have a positive experience, whether it be through connecting with an influencer or directly purchasing with you, you've just started to earn their trust. If they come back and it's still an all smiles and thumbs up experience, you've just earned a few more brownie points. You're on a roll. This new customer is definitely aware of your brand. Get it? Brand awareness is how well your target demographic or audience recognizes your brand and how much they may know about it. Do they recognize your swanky logo? Do they know the amazing products you sell, what they do and how they work? An influencer knows your brand, what it offers, what it looks like, and everything in between. They know your brand as well as anyone possibly could, except maybe you. But an influencer can see it more clearly from a consumer perspective than you might be able to. Look, it's your baby after all. To you, it's perfect, shiny, and the very best in the universe. Now, working with the right influencer and they will help your potential loyal followers and customers see your brand as something awesome, something to be desired and maybe even needed. On the regular, how great would that be? Reason 4, influencers boost sales. Do you know that over 80% of consumers trust peer recommendations over brand advertising? That's to say they trust Tiffany in the yoga pants commercial showing you her downward dog much less than Jess giving you the lowdown on Instagram about how comfortable they are and how they sweat like nobody's business. An influencer giving an honest review about your product is more likely to boost your sales than throwing away a wad of cash to an ad firm who sit around their desk all day talking about how to sell yoga pants in their suits and fancy shoes, trying to sell yoga pants. You get the gist. The other cool thing about influencers is they are there to receive DMs and can engage a potential customer in an actual conversation about the product and how fantastic it is. When you talk to your TV, it doesn't answer back. If it does, you're in trouble. That extra level of attention and response to questions can help close the deal and get that product off the shelf and into the loving arms of a now loyal customer. Reason 5. Influencers are awesome digital communicators. These ladies and gents know the digital world inside out. They know how to connect. They know the lingo and understand what it takes to connect with people in the digital market. With such a vast array of online and social media knowledge, influencers can create videos, reels, photos, and stories that speak to their audience in a way that those who only have a loose understanding of digital media couldn't possibly replicate. Seriously, they get it. They get what their audiences want and need and will do a killer job of spreading your brand love. Reason 6. Influencers build relationships. It's true. Influencers build relationships with their followers. They share stories, anecdotes, opinions, and if honest, aren't afraid to show some humor in the form of self-deprecation to connect with their audience on a real, funny, and much more human level. Gretchen Rubin, author of The Happiness Project, is a great example of real and relatable. She was one of the first LinkedIn influencers and was named one of the 100 most influential people in health and fitness. Keep it real and your followers and growth will give you real back. Reason 7. Influencers improve SEO. Assuming you're an individual who has started your own company and you don't live under a rock, you're familiar with search engine optimization, aka SEO. You have an idea about how it works and understand that in order to get rankings and make your company noticeable to Google in a positive way, therefore noticeable to potential customers, you need great SEO. Influencers can help rock your SEO. One way of doing this is by creating organic, quality content that your potential consumers will love. If you find an influencer that is a terrific blogger and their content is readable and enjoyable, they get Google bonus points. If they use links to your site in their work as well as on their own site, these backlinks are powerful tools to up your SEO game even more. Think of these things as the yummy pellets to Google's Pac-Man. Get it? Good. Reason 8. Influencers bring in new audiences. Authentic influencers build and create authentic relationships. As those relationships begin to grow and change with each new post, each new opinion, and each new connection, so too does your audience. Working with influencers who are able to truly connect with their followers will help expand your audience growth because it is human nature to tell people you know about awesome products, fantastic companies, and cool stories you've heard or read about. Word of mouth exists in and out of the digital world. An influencer can help your awesome brand spread far and wide. Reason 9. Influencers drive your social media. Great social media influencers are experts when it comes to, social media. Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube. These are to name a few of some of the social media markets that are inundated with content and information about new brands, old brands, and everything in between. If your social media marketing is not up to snuff, you may need to find yourself somebody who can help you with that to stay on top of the pack, get the word out, and get your brand noticed even amongst the massive amount of content online today. Reason 10. Influencers are good value for money. If you can find yourself a dedicated micro influencer, you'll likely find yourself in a position where you're quite happy with your return on investment. Of course, this isn't black and white. There's no guarantee when it comes to earnings for dollars spent, but we're of the opinion that if connecting with your customers and creating relationships that hold value, then spending marketing dollars on a solid influencer who takes the time to direct message, connect with, and grow trusted brand followers is way more lucrative than spending on banners and click ads. So there you have it. 10 reasons brands should work with influencers. We'll say it again. Trust, communication, and connections are imperative if you want your brand to really have life and organic growth. As great as spending money on click ads and banners can be, and though it's easier to track their ROI, a quality influencer will be able to create relationships paying for ads never could. If you have any questions about influencer marketing or require an influencer marketing agreement, then get in touch with us. We can't wait to help you. Well, that's it for this episode of Legals and Biz with Riz. As always, thanks for listening. If you like this episode, raise a glass and show us some love by subscribing. And if you're feeling extra jazzed, we'd love a little review. If there are any topics you'd like to hear about, shoot us a message and we'll get on it. Till next time, this is Riz, a Found Legal, signing off.